Hello everyone, welcome to Shraddha One Stop Spoken English channel. This is your English teacher Raghavendra, and in this video I am going to present one important vocabulary item, that is adjective and degrees of comparison, that is given in class 6th and as well as class 7th under the section vocabulary. And it is not only useful for 6th and 7th classes also, but it is useful for all classes including intermediate level students. So watch it carefully. Just to think once about your language. How do we express our thoughts which are in our mind? How do we convey our feelings to others? Actually, we communicate our thoughts, our feelings, our suggestions, our likes and dislikes in the form of a sentence. So, words become sentence and the sentences become language. The basic component of a sentence is a word. In addition, words play different roles in the sentence. So, based on the role it plays in a sentence, our grammarians divided all the words into 8 parts of speech. So, I think all of you are aware about all these parts of speech. So, obviously, they are noun, pronouns, adjectives, verbs, adverbs, conjunctions, prepositions and interjections. Every word in English language acts as one of these parts of speech when in a sentence. If you are good at the basic components of English language, you can become good English speaker and also gain a sound knowledge of grammar as well. Today I am not focusing on all these 8 parts of speech, just we concentrate on the adjectives. So how do you define an adjective? Before that, in our daily life also, we like someone or we dislike someone. We like or dislike many things, or persons, or places, or ideas, etc. But how can you say that we like or dislike a particular thing? Yes, based on the qualities, they may be positive or negative. We decide that I like it or I don't like it. If I ask you to comment on my teaching, you may use the adjectives to describe my teaching, isn't it? Super, wonderful, excellent, dull, interesting, great, disgusted, excited, helpful, jolly, boring, etc. When we judge a person, we take his qualities into consideration to give an opinion. Because of these qualities only, we like a person and make friendship with him. On the other hand, if we don't like a person's qualities, we stay away from him. For instance, I like Ramu. Why? He is helpful and cheerful always. The words helpful and cheerful are describing the personality of Ramu. So these are the adjectives. Whereas I don't like Ravi, as he is always passive and dull. These two words, passive and dull, are also personality traits of Ravi, which I stay away from him. These qualities describe the noun Ravi. Okay. What is a sentence? Sentence comprises of subject, verb and object. If I say India is a country, I made a statement without using an adjective. You can say or modify this statement by adding what kind of the country India is. So how can I say India is a wonderful country? Likewise, you see other examples, second and third. Madhavi is a girl. This is a plain statement without any adjective. If I want to say something, if I want to add some more information to the noun girl, what kind of girl Madhavi is? Madhavi is a nice girl. And the third one, it is a ball. This is also a plain statement without any adjective. If I want to say what kind of ball it is, then I can modify the noun ball. It is a plastic ball. So coming to the definition of adjective. Adjective is a word to describe or modify a noun or pronoun. It gives extra information of a noun or pronoun. One thing you have to remember is adjective makes friendship with the noun or pronoun. Adjective is always with the noun and pronoun only. Adjective describes and gives extra information, qualifies a noun or pronoun in a sentence. So adjective gives more information about a noun or pronoun by answering these 3 types of questions. You see, what kind of Noun it is or pronoun. Which one? Noun or pronoun. How many? If you ask these questions to noun or pronoun, the answer is adjective. Blue car. If you ask what kind of car it is, the answer is blue. The blue is qualifying the noun car. So it is giving extra information about a car. So blue is considered as an adjective. Long rope. You see what kind of rope it is? Long. And tall person, big house. These red words are, red color words are qualifying the nouns car, rope, person, house. So, which one also? If you ask the question which one to the noun, this town, which town, this town, which week, last week, which day, second day, which woman, other woman, and how many, that shows the number. Second, 1 second, how many seconds? 1 second. Three boys, how many boys? Three boys. Few cars. If I ask a question to the car, car is a noun. How many cars? Few cars. How many people? Several people. So, how can you identify adjective in a sentence? You ask a question, you put a question to the noun in the form of a what kind or which one or how many to a noun or pronoun. The answer which you will get, that is considered as an adjective. So, adjective is a word used to describe a noun or pronoun, and it also adds something extra information about a noun or pronoun. Okay, it qualifies or modifies a noun or pronoun. Adjectives enrich your writing. If it is plain sentence, there is no richness in the language. If you want to enrich your writing, then you have to use as many adjectives as you can. So normally, adjectives indicates quantity, size, shape, duration, feelings, contents, and more about a noun or pronoun. So color, red apple. Width, broad roads. Size, tiny ants. Ants. What kind of ants they are? They are describing the size of ants. The answer is tiny. Tiny is considered as adjective in that sentence. And length also. Long story. What is the length of that story? Oh, it is a long story. If you ask a question to the story, what kind of story it is a long story. Long is the answer. When you ask the question to the noun, the answer that you will get, you have to consider it as the adjective. Height also, tall man, he is a tall man. How you are describing that man? Using the adjective tall. So tall is an adjective. Shape, round ball. What is the shape of that ball? Round ball. The round is modifying the noun ball. So round is the adjective. So you see some more sentences to make it clear. Peacock is a bird. It is a plain sentence. Peacock is a beautiful bird. If you ask a question, you put a question to the noun, that is bird. What kind of bird it is? It is beautiful. The answer is beautiful. Beautiful is considered as an adjective. Ask a question to noun, how is the bird or what kind of the bird it is? So the answer is beautiful. So beautiful is considered as an adjective. He gave me mangoes. This is plain sentence. If you want to add extra information or if you want to modify the noun mangoes, you have to take the help of the adjectives. He gave me 5 mangoes. What is the noun in the sentence? Mangoes. How many mangoes? If I ask the question to the noun, the answer is 5. The 5 word is playing the role of an adjective in the sentence, he gave me 5 mangoes. You see, the adjective is with the noun. Earlier I said, adjective comes always with the noun or pronoun. It is green. How it is? How it is? I ask a question to the pronoun. It is pronoun actually. I asked a question to it, pronoun, then the answer is green. Green is acting as an adjective. If I ask how is it, then the answer is green. It is an adjective. He is cheerful. What is he? He is the pronoun. If I ask a question to he, how is he? Then the answer is cheerful. Cheerful in this sentence acting the role of an adjective. So, what role it is playing in the sentence, based on the role it plays in the sentence only, we have to decide what parts of speech it belongs to. Now, you see the example. I give 1 minute time to find out the adjectives in the 7 sentences. So, I read out for you. Gold is costly metal. He is a handsome actor. Tiger is a wild animal. I have enough money. There is little time for preparation. He is lazy. It is wonderful. So, what are the adjectives? Find out. Take pen and notebook and write down all these 7 sentences so that you will find out the adjectives in each sentence. You ask the question to the noun. What kind of metal it is? It is a costly metal. What kind of actor he is? Handsome, wild animal, enough money and little time. Lazy. Lazy is qualifying the pronoun he. Wonderful is qualifying the noun pronoun it. So, some adjectives are qualifying nouns and some adjectives are qualifying the pronoun. You see the answers? Yes, costly, handsome, wild, enough, little, lazy, wonderful. These are the adjectives in the sentences. So, I think you have understood the concept of adjectives. Now, we move forward. Degrees of comparisons. So, degrees of comparisons, they speak to the 3 forms of adjectives. Adjectives have degrees of comparison. That means 3 degrees that can be used when comparing anything. What are these 3 degrees of comparisons? One is positive degree, second one comparative degree, third one superlative degree. So, when we use this positive degree, when we are talking about one person or one place or one thing or one idea, whatever, you are talking about one only, then you have to use positive degree. Comparative, compare means when you compare, when there are 2 things, 2 persons, 2 places or 2 qualities you are comparing, then you have to use comparative degree. And the third one, superlative degree. If your comparison made more than 2 persons or things, then you have to take the help of superlative degree. Yes, positive degree. When we speak about only one person or thing, we use positive degree. Example, this house is big. I am not at all comparing this house with any another. Only the quality which is present in that house, I am just saying about one house only. So, this house is big. Big is the word which is acting as the adjective. How is this house? The answer is big. So, if I ask a question to the noun, the answer is big. So, big is treated as an adjective. He is a tall boy. Tall is an adjective. And I am talking about that only single boy. So, I am using the positive degree. This flower is beautiful. I am talking about one flower only. I am talking about the beauty of that flower only. The beauty quality is present in that flower and I am not at all comparing with this flower with any other. So, I am using positive degree. He is an intelligent boy. I am talking about the pronoun he. So, intelligence is present in that boy. So, I am talking about one boy. So, I am using this intelligent. Each sentence mentioned above talks about one person or one thing or one place only. So, they are all positive degrees. Next, comparative degree. When we compare 2 persons or 2 things with each other, we use comparative degree. When we are comparing, always we compare one place with another, one person with another, one thing with another. So, when we compare with 2 persons or 2 places or 2 things, then we have to use the form of comparative degree only. This house is bigger than that one. When the 2 houses are in front of me, then I am comparing the size of that house. So, this house is compared with the size of that house. So comparison made between the two houses. He is taller than Raju, and one person is present in front of me, another person Raju is there. I am comparing the person who is in front of me, the height of that person. So the comparison made between the two persons. So taller, taller, the adjective form is also changed. Why? Because it is in comparative degree. This flower is more beautiful than that flower. This flower and that flower. How many flowers present in front of me? So I am comparing this flower with the another flower. The comparison made between the two. So I am using the comparative degree, more beautiful. If I say beautiful, this flower beautiful than that flower, that is wrong, because the comparison made between the two. So I have to use the form of comparative degree. He is more intelligent than this boy. So intelligent, and the comparison made between he and this boy. So I have to use comparative degree of the adjective. So one thing we have to remember in the comparative degree is we must use than after the comparative degree. You see, taller than, more beautiful than, more intelligent than. So comparative forms take always than. Now the third one and the last one, superlative degree. When we compare more than two persons or things with one another, then we use superlative form. When the comparison made more than two of nouns or pronouns, then we have to use the form of superlative degree. For example, this is the biggest house in this street. Big, bigger, biggest. The big is positive degree, bigger is superlative comparative degree, and the biggest is the superlative form of adjective. So we have to use biggest. This flower is the most beautiful. Beautiful, more beautiful, most beautiful than one in the garden. In the garden there are many flowers. So I like this flower. Why? Because this is the most beautiful flower in this garden. He is the most intelligent boy in our class. There are many boys in the class, many students present in the class. So this person, he is the most intelligent boy in the class. So this boy is compared with all boys in the class. So comparison made between more than two. So we have to use the superlative degree of the adjective. He is the tallest boy in his family. In family there are many members. Who is the tallest boy? So this boy is the tallest. So this boy is compared with the all members of the family. So we have to use the superlative degree. So the form of degree is changed. Big, bigger, biggest. Beautiful, more beautiful, most beautiful. Intelligent, more intelligent, most intelligent. Tall, taller, tallest. If you observe the superlative forms, they are preceded with the. So we must use article the before the superlative degree. So all superlative degrees takes the article before them. So we have to remember this point also in editing part, in higher classes also. When you are going to take up the editing activity, the examiner will check your grammar part, whether you have the knowledge of these superlative degrees taking the article, adjective or not. So you have to remember this in your mind. You see, X, Y, Z, 3 apples are there. If I say X is big apple, Y apple is bigger than the X apple, and Z apple is the biggest one. In the same way, if I say about this one boy only, I say small. And if I compare these two balls, then I say this one is the smaller one and the smallest. So when the comparison is made between two comparative form and more than two, it takes the superlative degree. Happy, happier, happiest. Good, better, best. Useful, more useful, the most useful. Young, younger, the youngest. Sweet, sweeter, the sweetest. Hot, hotter, the hottest. All superlatives are taking the. So there are different ways to form the comparative and superlative degrees of adjectives based on the syllables of the word. So what is syllable? How to find out the syllable? Syllable means when you talk about a word, when you pronounce a word, how many times you are stopping, and the stoppages, the single unbroken sound of a spoken word considered as the syllables. Syllables usually contain a vowel and accompanying consonants. Sometimes syllables are referred to as the beats of spoken English. For example, cat, cat. I am not at all stopping anywhere. So cat means one syllable. Water, water. I am stopping at two times. So water is having two syllables. Computer, computer, computer. There are three halts, three pauses. So there are three syllables. In the same way, you see the examples of three syllables: library, scientific, and furniture. And the last one, television, television, four syllables, because I am stopping four times to pronounce this word, television. So this word has four syllables. And some more examples for four syllables: preposition, preposition, ordinary, ordinary, celebration, celebration. So based on the syllable only, we have to change the form of adjective from positive to comparative, comparative to superlative. So one or two syllable adjectives, they take er, est. We have to add er to the positive form to get the comparative form. We have to add est to the positive form of the adjective to get the superlative. So you see the first example, dark, darker, darkest. Dark, dark means only one syllable. So we have to add er, est to get the comparative and superlative form. Small, smaller, smallest. Near, nearer, nearest. Big, bigger, biggest. Lovely, lovelier, loveliest. Dirty, dirtier, dirtiest. When more than two syllables are there in the base form, that means positive form of the adjective, then we have to add more to get the comparative form, most to get the superlative form. For example, melodious, melodious, three syllables are there. So how to form the comparative form? We have to add more to the base form, positive adjective, then you will get the comparative. Melodious, more melodious, and add most to the positive form. Most melodious is the superlative form of the adjective. So positive talks about one thing only or one person, comparative talks about two persons, and superlative talks about more than two persons. Those forms are changed based on the syllables. If one or two syllables are there, then we have to add er and est, and more than two syllables are there, then you have to add more and most. What are the rules for changing from positive to comparative and superlative form? You see, rule 1, as usually by adding er and est. If one or two syllables are present, then you have to add er and est. Example, bright, brighter, brightest. Rule 2 is consonant plus vowel and consonant. Double the last letter. If you have the letter consonant, vowel and consonant, like big, B is the consonant, I is the vowel, and G is the consonant. Big. Then double the last consonant. G is doubled in the comparative form. You see, big, bigger, bigger. G is doubled, and biggest. Fat. First one consonant, middle one vowel, and the last one also consonant. So you have to add the last consonant, double the last letter. So fat, fatter, fattest. Hot, hotter, hottest. Red, redder, reddest. What is the third rule? Words ending with E, just add R and ST. Already E is present in the positive form of adjective. Then you have to add only R and ST. Brave, brave already ending with the letter E. So we are adding only R to get the comparative form. ST only to get the superlative form. Fine, fine already contain E, so finer, finest. Large, already E is there, so you are adding only R. Larger, largest. Wise, wiser, wisest. What is the fourth rule? Last letter Y is there in the positive degree. Then you have to change Y as the IER, and iest. Busy is there. Already Y letter is present. Y is changed into I and you have to add ER. Busier, busiest. Happy. Happy word is ending with the letter Y. So Y you have to remove Y and in the place of Y you have to add I and ER. So happy, happier, happiest. Lazy, lazier, laziest. Pretty. Pretty word is also ending with Y. So prettier. Y changed into I. Prettier, prettiest. Two or more syllables take more and most. Already I said you, when two syllables are more than two syllables are there, then you have to take more and most, but not er and est. Beautiful, more beautiful, most beautiful. Beautiful. Three syllables are there. Then we have to take more to get the comparative, most and to get the superlative form, but not beautifuler, beautifulest. If you make like this, all will laugh at you. Comfortable, comfortable. So four syllables are there. So more to form the comparative, most to form the superlative form. And important, more important, most important. Important, three syllables are there. So more and most are added before the positive degree to get the comparative and superlative forms. And the sixth one, last rule is no fixed rule. There is no fixed rule. No EREST and no more and most. Good, better, best. There is no relationship between the positive, comparative and superlative form. There is no fixed and rigid rule is applicable to these words. So many, more, most. Bad, worse, worst. There is no relation between positive, comparative and superlative form. So these are all 6 important rules to change from positive to comparative and superlative form. Next one, parts of speech, ending letters and examples. Most of the words they end with these ending letters. For example, adjectives end with IOUS, FUL and ABLE. Example, OUS, courageous, beautiful and capable. These words are considered as adjectives. Nouns, nouns ending with ment, TION and NESS. For example, commitment, caution, examination. All these words are considered as noun. Kindness, NESS. Adverbs ending, mostly 80 to 90% adverbs end with ly. Affectionately, attentively, silently. Okay, these words are considered as adverbs. Verbs means ed and ing. You know, like, liked, liking, and play, played, played, playing. In this way, reach, reached, reached, reaching. So in this way, you can recognize by simply observing the words and which parts of speech it belongs to. The last one, I think we have learned about the concept of adjective and also the degrees of comparison, positive, comparative and superlative forms, and also the important rules while changing the degrees from one degree to other degree. So you have a quiz also on this topic. Please go through the link given in my description. One extra feature is added in this video. All of you go through to test your comprehension of adjectives and degrees of comparison. So don't forget to comment and subscribe my channel Shraddha One Stop Spoken English. Please you comment if you like it, and also share with your friends, with your near and